nuclear attack from multiple countries, and their trajectories confirm impact across all Australian capital cities and some major regional centres. Impact is estimated within the next 10 minutes. There is significant risk of extreme levels of damage as a result of the nuclear explosion's light, heat and blast.
Okay, I brought John out here on a advanced survival camp. So on the trip out here he was blindfolded, listening to nuclear threat warnings. So he started feeling a bit nauseous after the trip. So I've given him a set of basic 10 essential items. He's got a jacket, a sleeping bag, and he can use whatever kit he finds around here. So as you can see, it's absolutely brilliant terrain to play with. So he's getting into his overalls at the moment. And he's got his bag of goodies at his feet. So far, there's a set of tongs, there's a couple cans, there's some springs, there's some old broken glass. Some more rubbish over here you'll probably use. I got a full water bottle because I felt nice. So we'll just go through, take out your items so you know exactly what you've got to work with. So we've got a means of catching food, candling devices, we've got emergency signals.
Oh look, dunny paper.
You can probably wash it and reuse
You
it.
can just jam it in there to stop you going anyway. Oh, little ferro rod. Oh, that's a proper mirror. Oh. Hey, is that cool? Oh, look. I'm gonna have to reimburse you. This is a fortune in stuff, mate. Oh, is that couscous?
You got
Oh, what does it say?
you got roughly 50 grams of dead potato, 50 grams of short grain rice, and 50 grams of jerky. That's your rations. Oh, sorry, three packs of Robert Tim's coffee.
Oh.
That's your 48 hours worth of rations.
Oh no, that'll last me days, mate. Because that stuff's too strong for me. Okay. Actually, so we can get a look at it. We put the needle. Oh, you're filming, okay. So it was right to lay it out. So that there.
And oh, you got extra spare batteries. First aid kit and
Anything in here that I might need. Bit of cotton. Bit of hair in here.
yeah,
So
awesome.
maybe I could use that to help light the fire.
That's from somebody from China, I guess.
Might be able to do some stitches with that. we got here? Are they Puratabs or are they?
I got some
Oh,
Panadol.
headache tablet, ibuprofen. Alright. All good. That looks like cotton there.
And you have a Swiss Army knife as well. So on that you have a small saw. So you got cover and warmth.
What more could the bloke need? Actually, let me put the water.
Yeah, we've just gone through and found some nice big chunks of black boy resin just at the base of the trees. So this can be crushed down and another 50% of charcoal crushed and added to it. Then you slowly heat it and it makes a glue as strong as some sort of like a polymer resin. Alright, we just went for a walk around to see what's in our general facility. So we got a nice bit of water here. There are some forageable plants, so we'll have a bit of a meal for tonight. We'll go and set some traps, see if we can get some mice or something. We found a couple of cans, got some tongs, got a bit of wire so we can make up another little billy or something so we can boil and filter some water. I've got about a bit over an hour of light left. So we start putting a fire together and start on shelter for tonight. Alright, this is some of the stuff we found. I've got a bit of wire, a piece of Rio, I've got a can, charcoal and a bit of resin. Put it together and we'll make a billy. There's heaps of wild raspberry here, all through the rocks. No fruit. So, I'm going to use it for a cup of tea later.
Like that. I might have just thrown.
Well, this is my supper so far. I've got cobbler's pegs and a bit of curl dock.
Oh, I haven't even put it in supper yet. I'm still on hydration. I have got some cobbler's pegs there, but I might rip up a heap of this wandering Jew.
Should be a bit better.
No. Bit better.
Boiled me water and I put some raspberry in there. So now I've got a raspberry tea. Yum. Got me toad legs for supper. Yum. Got some maiden fern. So we're going to make a tea. Just getting the fire ready so we can boil some more water, purify all that, fill our bottles again, and see how we go at fishing. So far I've eaten a mouse this morning and a couple of poisonous nightshade berries. Got a couple lines in, just a bit of mouse. I used its heart and kidneys on a hook and upgraded to a yabby. So today we pretty much packed up camp, went down the bottom of the hill, filled up water, boiled it, drank it, repeat, and then tried to get some more yabbies. We only found one this afternoon. This morning we managed to have a good 4 each. John's down there getting a bit of firewood for tonight. So I've already got up, had a brew, used the last of my water. So now I go down the hill, get some water, come all the way back again, boil it. Joys. Just dug a bit of well on the side. This isn't going to purify the water, it'll filter most of the shit out of it though. Wait till that settles and then I can scoop that up and put it into my bottle so I can boil it when I get back up to the camp. Now let it sit, you can see how clear it's gone. So what you doing there, John?
What I'm going to do is we're doing a fire, starting it with a magnifying glass. I've got a bit of punty wood and I've got all the old dried up punty sort of stuff in the centre there, and I'm going to try and get a huge amber like the end of a cigarette. Everyone says it's real easy to do this because they burnt holes in paper and stuff like that to light a fire with a magnifying glass, and I never really found it to be that easy unless you're practiced. And you really need to then, once you get that going, keep circling that little dot in there, and you see that I'm building up a bigger and bigger amber. You're better to have a bit of punt in there or something really mushed up, because if you get too many of these fibres, it hits the fibres before it gets to where it needs to go, and it breaks up your light. Your concentration, I guess, is probably the best word for it. And a pair of sunglasses while you're doing this, guys, because it's really intensely bright. So that piece there, I'm just getting it. You see, if I do it over here like this, you're sort of hitting a few other bits beforehand. If you get it over like this, you get a burn, but you don't get a concentration. It's hard to explain, but can you think of any better way of explaining that, Joe?
That's about it.
Let me just get this bit better here. Smallest little dot that you can, for those that don't know. A bit of a fan with the hands, see if I can get any, if there's any coal in there. You reckon there's a coal in there yet?
I think there might be. That punk should have a bit on it already.
Looks like it's all burned up, doesn't it?
I'll just blow on it gentle, see if you can.
I think we've got ignition.
There's something there, it's smoking a bit.
I've made a mistake, I'm not right beside the fire. Actually, put a bit more of this punt in there. So we can get a big full hole up in there. Oh. I should be on the fire by now, but I'm not. Put my twigs on one side, it's a bit like a really rough looking twig bundle, so the flames come, whoops, that didn't work, guys, but we're going, hopefully that we won't lose it. which bit's burning. This bit down here. Wonder if we can. Better start again. There's something hot in there. That's hot from yesterday. Look at that.
You got a little bit smoking now.
No, it's not hot. Oh, here, hang on.
That could be the heat from the rock still.
Might be, yeah. They've got all sorts of stuff here that's burning, look. Oh, look at that. Sometimes it'll just happen for you, won't it?
Mm. So what'd you learn from this?
Poor preparation causes problematic performance. Oh, that's the polite way of putting it.
Prior preparation prevents piss poor performance?
That's the, yep, that's it, but you keep telling me. That's why I'm the apprentice bushman. That's gone out, I think. I'm
No.
going to have to start again.
Back to square one.
But I learnt something here. Look at that, there's stuff burning everywhere in this thing.
Yeah, your punk just dropped out everywhere.
Did it? Alright.
Instead of collecting that, it'll probably be easier just to reburn, start again.
Will be. Yep.
Unless you... Well, get your punk and try and get that piece and grow it larger.
Hey.
You got more punk in there?
It's a little bit damp because I got it off the rock and it'll be a bit damp from this morning, but it'll probably dry up pretty quickly as long as I don't put it on too quickly. Going to get pretty nasty in that. I need to get my hand. That and under that, I actually haven't got enough.
So this is all of our kit for this weekend. Got a sleeping bag, a jacket and a hoochie. Got string, there's a bit of fat wood, torch, super cheap survival knife, got emergency rations, got mouse traps. These did provide us with a couple of mice, so we got to eat that rather than get into rations. Ferrocium rod, we got a needle here, more fire lighting tinder, bit of tape, and then we have a first aid. So we got a signalling mirror, and yeah, nice canvas backpack to throw it all in. Compass does not work. This is a $30 cheap and nasty eBay special. However, the hook and sinker they're quite handy. That's what caught a majority of our food, and we use the matches out of this kit. So for what this is, and the blade's loose now because I've used it for chopping, it held up all right. So John's just completed 46 hours with next to nothing. Pretty rough terrain. Very enjoyable. Pretty sure he learned a lot.